Okay. I think we're live. I think we're live now. Somebody in the live chat, let me know if you can see us, hear
Let's
us.
go.
I feel like you should.
Okay, dead space is no bueno. Let's let this rock. Let's
Oh, there
go. We'll
they
just
are.
do it
They can
again.
see us. They can hear us. We were
Okay.
in the void. Yay. Okay. I am so excited. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to make this worth your while. We have something exciting for you to share. Number one, welcome to Money Mondays. Thanks for bearing with us when we're working out the tech. As you can see, Shawn is in our Naples home. He is lovingly getting there before me to figure out and make sure that everything is okay over there. So I super appreciate him being in the dark with us tonight. What was that show? Nickelodeon? Somebody remembers that show, In the Dark. What was it called? Are You Afraid of the Dark? Oh, we got Pat on the production today, so that may explain some of the tech issues. I'm just kidding. It was James's fault. But listen, we super appreciate you guys. And originally I came on, and when I started this show and was talking to nobody, I was so excited because tonight we're giving away $900. But Shawn, I think you have an announcement to make.
Yes, as we were getting ready to go live, and then we went live, but we weren't live. And now that we actually are live during all of that time, I received a text from my client, VIP one-on-one coaching client, highly successful chiropractor. He's a chiropractor to many high net worth individuals, also to many very high-end track and field athletes around the world. Dr. David Pascal in Cary, North Carolina. It's a small town. It's not that small, but it's outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. He texted me and he said, "Hey, Shawn, I heard that the jackpot tonight was going to be at $900." He actually said that he was trying to message last week, but just couldn't get through on the YouTube chat that he is personally going to throw in an additional $100 of his money that we're giving away tonight to bring the jackpot to a grand total of $1,000. So here's what that means. I need for you guys to jump in. You need to post in all of your Facebook groups all over the place. We need to share this link. We are giving away $1,000 on this
That's
Columbus Day.
insane.
And look, because it's Columbus Day, there's only 83 people viewing right now. We're going to draw 6 names. There's 600 and I don't know, 50 plus people in BDC. So there's 650 names in the canasta there next to Lacey. And we're drawing 6 names tonight. But look, here's the deal. You have to be present to claim your $1,000. Look, there's tons of stuff going on. There's Monday Night Football. There's all kinds of distractions. We're giving away $1,000. Who wants to win $1,000? I can't see your comment because I am not there in the studio. So I just want you to put in the comments, I do, if you are open right now to winning $1,000. Listen, who else is out there giving away money while everybody seems to be taking your money, while your clients are going away, while taxes seem to be coming due here in 5 days, while inflation is up, while all these things are happening, here we are giving away $1,000 live on a random Monday evening, Columbus Day. I need you to share this link. People don't know. And when you share it, here's what you say. You always, everybody that, and bless your hearts, we love you dearly. You're like, Shawn and Lacey are 2 entrepreneurs are helping people. No, you need to say, here are my coaches. They're giving away $1,000 tonight. Just for no reason, they're going to draw names out
It's
of
my
this.
mom's birthday, though. That's kind of a reason. Let's just say, happy birthday, Mom.
Whose birthday?
Huh?
Whose birthday?
It's my mom's birthday, babe. You didn't message her?
Lori Book. Now, let me message her right now.
Oh my God. He's in so much trouble, y'all. I can't even tell you. So I got to tell you, though, everybody is proclaiming this $1,000 to be theirs. I am so excited for all of you that are saying that money is going to be mine. I have to say specifically that I love Erica's comment. It's gonna be May. That's what she wrote. So, Erica, I really just hope for that wonderful comment you put in there that you get to get that money because that made me giggle. Listen. We're super excited. I just have two announcements to make, just like we talk about every week on Money Mondays. You messaged my mom.
Yeah,
Thank
that's all
you.
good. Everything.
I appreciate that.
Happy
Um,
birthday, Lori.
happy birthday, Mom. BDC marketing is sold out. Sold out. We actually have a wait list. I think I looked at it today of like 8 people. So again, if anybody for some reason can't make it, those tickets, if they go up and you want to go, they're going to go quick because we already have a wait list. So make sure that you are paying attention in BDC. You've got your not only notifications on here on YouTube, but you should probably put your notifications on in Facebook for the Black Diamond Club members group. I think that would be really smart, especially when we're doing things like giving away $1,000. You know, I think it'd be a really good thing. And secondly, don't forget if you purchased Shawn's birthday bundle, his master class will be going live next week from a secret location. Is it secret? I guess people
No,
don't
it's
know.
gonna be. We are gonna be live from Las
Babe,
Vegas,
it was supposed to
Nevada.
be secret.
Why?
All right. From
What's the
a
secret?
now disclosed location of Las Vegas, where he will
What's
be
the secret?
sitting in a awesome podcast studio in the Bat Cave. That's right. And
Why is that a secret? I don't know why
it's
that's a
not. I was
secret.
just trying to make it exciting, like, fun.
Oh,
Anyway, make sure
sorry.
that you put it in your calendars 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 21st. So don't forget. All
I
right,
won't
babe, what do you
forget.
got?
Well, I also just wanted to, I don't know, I can't see on the YouTube, so I don't know if there's a screen for this, but I also wanted to let everybody know that our Shawn and Lacey December to Remember, I don't know why that, in a way it's called that is because Tristan wrote this song, special song called December to Remember. And so we named it December to Remember. Our December to Remember end of year planning with Lacey and I, it's not just planning. Lacey and I are going to be walking 10 individuals through the exact planning process that we utilize ourselves. With all of the myriad of businesses that we are involved in, the planning process that we use to, run through a plus minus exercise. We need to figure out because look, every year you want to add more things. And in order to add more things, I think that all of you must feel that your plate is completely full. That means you must subtract things. And that means we have to subtract activities. That means we have to subtract relationships. All of these things, we have to subtract commitments. We have to do less in order for us to have the space to do more. So we're going to be working with 10 individuals that are coming down to our home in Naples, Florida to work with us in December. That's why it's called December to Remember. It's not anything more than the exact planning exercise that Lacey and I do. And we're going to work with these individuals over 2 days, and we're going to feed them incredibly well. Some of the members who are coming down, some of the participants are going to go and play a round of golf with me, and others who choose not to play golf are going to be enjoying a fantastic spa day with Lacey. So it's going to be absolutely tremendous. We're going to be doing golf. We're going to be doing spa. We have ridiculous gifts that we
Yes, we
are
do.
giving to the participants, and we're going to walk them through over fantastic meals and wine pairings. We're going to be walking them through the process that we utilize. But all of that to just let you know that just like marketing, December to Remember is completely sold out. One of the things I was complaining about, I was literally complaining this morning in our team meeting, is I see all of these people. The sad thing about us is that all of our stuff sells out. And I was like, man, you know what sucks is that people don't even know that we do these things because if you're having
Yeah.
a hard time selling, right? So listen to me very closely. If you're having a hard time selling, then you're going to be posting all over social media that there's 5 spots left and 2 spots left and we're still selling and we're getting close and you're not going to believe it. But we're legitimately sold out for Marketing Matters. I mean, my heart kind of raced a little bit, Lacey, when you were like, if you're on the wait list. I got to tell you, I don't think anybody on the wait list is going to get in. I don't want to burst anybody's bubble. Jump on the wait list. We're waitlisting Quest 7. We're waitlisting private coaching with Lacey and I. we're not waitlisting December to Remember. It's only 10. So we're taking those 10 people. We're waitlisting the David Meltzer Mastermind coming up in June of 2023 in Scotland. All of these things. Listen, we do not have a marketing and sales problem. If you have a marketing or sales problem, then you need to, first of all, get into BDC and pay attention. Number two, you need to get to Miami. Hopefully, you have a ticket. Maybe stand outside and tell people you'll take them to dinner if they'll share their notes with you after, if you don't have a ticket. You need to find a way into our world. Now, there's only so much time that Lacey and I can commit in a day, and it is completely packed to servicing you. But we want to see you succeed. Just because you don't get to see these things, here's why I was complaining, because people are going to see pictures and videos from December to Remember, and then they're going to be like, "Hey, I didn't even know about that." Well, of course you didn't, because literally before we even have a sales page, it's already sold out. There's no sales page. We didn't run any marketing for it. It just sells out because that's what the demand. So, like Lacey said, you've got to be on top of things because there's only so much time, there's only so much service that we can provide, and we want to help you. So next time, make sure that you jump on any opportunities you see to work with us, because we really want to stand in service to you.
Absolutely. All right, so what do we got going in the economy? You and I were just talking about that. We were on the phone before we got on here. There's actually not a lot going on. I mean, we are seeing one of the things I love it. They're calling it pain at the pump again, right? We're seeing gas prices go on the rise. Everybody's complaining. It's happening in California. Our daughter texted us. She's got gas prices going up and she's got to commute. I know. Oh, Callie. But gas prices are going up everywhere. But outside of that, Shawn, what are you seeing in the economy?
Well, more of the same, and I think that for today, rather than just be this Debbie Downer and start telling everybody what we are seeing, that's just more of the same. What we were talking about going
Mm,
into this is that I want to make sure that nobody is falling into this false sense of security. We were talking about how a lot of the attention, if you look on social media, if you look at the ads, if you look at the news, if you're reading the major news channels, you're not seeing a ton or as much of a discussion about the economy. Some people have been asking me that, like, I'm not seeing a lot going on, what's happening. And you and I were talking about, we predicted this, by the way, we predicted all of this. Oh, by the way, if Michael Krug is on here, Lacey just said that I just got to Naples last night, or yesterday, and then kind of got into the groove here last night, and today started kind of going through. When I get back to Naples after 6 months, there's a stack of mail. I want to, and I'll if you're not on here, if Michael's not on here, I will reach out to him. But I want to acknowledge Michael publicly. He always sends me these most amazing gifts. And he sent me some Titleist Pro V1 golf balls, which I use as an example all the time, because that's a perfect gift for me. Always will need those. But this time he logoed them with the name. He personalized them with Sean Stradamus. So all of my golf balls from Michael say Sean Stradamus on
that's
them.
awesome.
Um, very much, I'm very grateful. And it's so great to be able to work with people like Michael and Mel. And what a great family they are. So, Michael, thank you so much for sending that out. I'm very, very appreciative. Sent that out for my birthday. I just didn't receive it. I always think too, like, sometimes people must be like, man, what a jerk. He never even said anything, but we go back and forth between these two locations, and we're all over the place. So sometimes I don't see things until a little bit later, but thank you, Michael. But that was what I was saying, is we predicted this. I talked about this in August of 2020. Would you believe it? In August of 2020, I was talking about this. I was saying that here's what was going to happen, that in November, so in November, we were going to have the single most contentious election in the history of the United States. We're already
Yep.
seeing it. What's dominating the discussion is, this one won't debate me, that one won't debate me. Your president is in big trouble in the polls. Nobody wants him to come out because even his own party thinks that he's not really that much of a help. Digging deep, asking Barack to show up.
Mm,
Interestingly, Barack's turning down a lot of these opportunities as well. Here's what I think. Barack doesn't want to come out and be positioned with any of these people should they lose in some of these positions, which might be controversial, in anticipation of a Michelle Obama run. Telling you, this is what I think. Michelle Obama is going to run. in 2020. What would that be for? In 2024. I believe you're going to see. This is what I think. This is what I think. I think you're going to see Michelle Obama and Ron DeSantis. That's who I think you're going to see. Wait, what about Trump? I don't think he'll be around, but you're just going to have to wait. I think we're going to have Michelle Obama against Donald Trump in 2024. A lot of signs, but you got to be kind of digging deep and understand sort of the dynamics and everything that's going on there and what's happening. But here's the thing: we're about a month out for the election, and all sides they want to change the narrative. Here's the thing: we can't just drive this doom and gloom. I mean, even for the Republicans want to talk about inflation, they want to talk about the economy, but they don't want to tank it. They don't want it to be like, we can't, like, and that's what I said, that's the danger, right? So what we're going to have is, and not that it's not tanking, I think it's just is still continuing to go, but I think we're going to see less discussion about the economy relative to metrics. We're going to have discussions that are more theoretical, more high level discussions over the next 30 days. And then what we're going to see, depending on the outcome of that election, and I got to tell you, I've been saying this recently, this is way closer than you guys think. I know a lot of people think that, oh no, that, like, everybody is these big red waves coming. No, it is not. I like to admit when I'm wrong, and you guys know I'll be watching election coverage on election night, but I don't really see the big red wave. I think it's going to be razor close one way or the other, and then based off of the outcome of the election, we're going to see a lot of financial reaction. You're going to see a stock market reaction. You're going to see a cryptocurrency reaction. You're going to see a lot of things happen depending on who wins. Either there's going to be a degree of optimism, because remember, I'm telling you, I'm not expecting there's going to be a ton of optimism, because whoever wins, it's going to be razor thin. So there will be a degree of optimism, or we will see a return to the pessimism. We will see a return to the reporting as people begin to anticipate 2 long, cold, hard years until we have, once again, the single most contentious election. After this one, we're going to get an even more contentious election in 2024 as this country elects a president that's going to be a crucial, absolutely crucial decision on so many fronts. I'm talking about not just financially. It's going to be a crucial decision for the way that we think, for the way that we educate, for the way that we govern, for the way that we regulate our agencies, like the police agencies. We regulate our countries. We're going to have diversity, equality, and inclusionary considerations. We're going to have Supreme Court considerations. We're going to have abortion, Roe versus Wade consideration. That election, my friends, is going to be huge. But right now, we are in the second most contentious election, if that is the most contentious, that's coming in 2024. And that's what I think that you're seeing a change in the narrative. Here's, though, what I want to make sure everybody is captured. Just because the narrative is shifting doesn't mean that the economy stopped. The Fed's giving us some indications that they're going to continue to be aggressive about this. The Fed's also giving us beginning signs of some indications that maybe they are recognizing that they don't have as much of a handle on this as they thought, which is very scary. They were kind of trying to land us softly by the measures they were making. And what we don't want is for them to realize, like, listen, maybe we should just accelerate, right? These are things that have happened before in other countries, where they just accelerate and they just devalue their currency. They make these radical shifts to try and level off their economy. We don't want that. That would be devastating for a lot of people, especially the high net worth individuals. And I don't think that is something you're really going to see. But whereas this is all still going on, and I got to tell you something, what I'm seeing anecdotally, I'm hearing from a lot of my clients. That they are beginning to see the effects as their clients begin to feel that squeeze. People are starting to take note that, listen, it's getting harder and harder and harder for me to manage my daily living expenses. And they're beginning to think about cutbacks. Now, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, yeah, go.
Well, I was just going to say, and then the last thing is that, look, as people manage cutbacks, what's I think is super important, right? And I think that the majority of our viewers are not in a situation where they're like, I'm going to have to choose between food and gas. But that is real. There are people in this country who that's where they're at. But here's what happens when you start managing cutbacks. Cutbacks are crucial, and you and I were talking about even in large businesses. You don't just fire the vice president because that was a big line item. And that's easy to do. We get out our P&Ls, we look for the big numbers, and we just start to, wipe these out, but we don't compare the big numbers to production. And when we wipe out big numbers that are responsible for guidance, for training, for development, for marketing, for sales, these have a massive detrimental effect on our bottom line. And while,
Right.
yeah, we probably saved, so we were looking for the biggest expenses, we now have less revenue coming in because we don't have the ability to bring that in, which then ultimately means that our bottom line shrinks even further. And then we're trapped in this negative perpetual cycle where we're trying to get out of it by cutting costs versus increasing revenue.
Yeah, it's not smart to cut the foundational elements that actually drive the revenue. And we see so many people do that because they get scared, right? And then the business in the long run takes a huge impact. But I got to go back to when you were talking about people making cutbacks, not just in business, but in their life. Because it was funny. Megan Banker, shout out to Megan, who sent me this TikTok, must have been this morning, and she was like, haha, for Money Mondays, and kind of was joking about it. But it was a really interesting TikTok. I think it's actually relevant. Hi, Megan. This girl got on there and she was actually talking about something called the lipstick index. And this was created by one of the Estee Lauder foundations or founders. And essentially, really what they were noticing is that in times where the economy gets super, super tight, people spend more on beauty products. And that's an actual indicator that the economy is having real issues because people can't afford things like travel. They can't afford entertainment. They can't afford really nice clothes. And so what they do is they look at like a tube of lipstick as a luxury item, right? It's something that they can buy that feels luxurious that's actually really cost effective or cheaper. And so during times like when we had the pandemic, you know what increased the most was fragrances. Like fragrances went through the roof during the times where everybody was wearing masks. And so 2008, when the bubble burst, people were buying nail polish. And so they're seeing right now that January through June, lipstick and lip glosses were one of the biggest items to actually increase in consumer purchasing. And so they're saying, well, if you're looking at the lipstick index, it actually is an identifier that the economy is in trouble and people are starting to really tighten up more than they're talking about. So it's interesting. I mean, Sean Stradamus says it again, but the reality of it is true. And we're seeing it in multiple areas with tons of indicators that in the past have proven that we are in a tighter spot than what they're willing to say.
Well, I think one of the biggest things that's very difficult there is that we are also paying the price for a lot of the things, a lot of the booms that happened during the pandemic, right? So
Right.
we're seeing, for example, shipping costs come way down. Like, people thought like this is, first it was a pain because shipping got super backlogged and they were, supply and demand. Shipping costs went way up, and now shipping costs are coming down. Well, that's not good. If you think about it, well, that sounds great. Yeah, but during a time when we're having inflation, so they now are making less money, and so because they can't command that, we're seeing the rush on computers. You're seeing, and I think the best example of everything that happened at Peloton, right? So Peloton
Right.
blew up during the pandemic, and now they're not keeping pace. They're making cuts. They're having a very difficult time. I got to tell you, there's a lot of Pelotons watching this Money Matters. There's Money Mondays. Be, you had a phenomenal run during the pandemic. I know so many people like, I had my best years ever during the pandemic, and you're on here. I know you did, but be real careful because now that that pandemic has come to a close and it's been being followed by an inflation, are for your worst years, and that's not going to be very happy for you.
Yeah. But I mean, one of the things that this entire YouTube was about was a strong job market. I mean, also kind of an indicator though that people are feeling like they have to go back to work, right? I mean, everybody's so excited about the unemployment rate and how it's so low, but one of those reasons is because people are feeling the tightening of the dollar in their economy and how far that can go. And I saw Jack posted on here that gas in California is $9.49. that means that people can't stay at home and live the lifestyle that they were living throughout the pandemic. They have to make decisions. They have to go back to work. And like we talked about last week, the good news is for many of you business owners out there that have been looking for talent, people are going back into the job market. And now, because it's going to get a little bit more competitive because there's going to be more people looking for work, that also means eventually that those rates are going to go lower again. So again, just a reminder that for people that are looking for talent for their businesses, it's a silver lining, but it's also an indicator, like the lipstick index, that people are beginning to feel that trickle-down economy issue.
I'm getting messages that views are going up. Views are going up. We're giving away $1,000.
Oh yeah, we should have Pat pick, right? We should do a name right now.
All right,
what do you
let's
think?
get a couple. Let's just have Pat draw out all the names.
Just spin it. Pat, come up here.
Get up there to the canasta. While Pat is doing that, I want to remind everybody, please share this. We're giving away $1,000 tonight. $1,000 is going out to one lucky winner tonight. We're drawing from the canasta, which is full of all of the names of everyone in Black Diamond Club. We're drawing 6 names tonight, and you must be present on the live to claim the prize. If we draw your name, you're a winner, right? I mean, what are the odds?
$1 million.
So we draw your name, you're a winner. But to claim the prize, to actually get us to send you the $1,000, you must be live. Tell your friends. We're giving away $1,000. Tell your friends.
All right.
This is a big night. Now, if nobody wins tonight, then that means that we're going to be up to 7 names and $1,100 next week. But why don't we just go ahead and get a winner? It would be so cool to give away $1,000.
We need a winner. I love that we're at $1,000, but like we need a winner. This is uncharted territory for us.
Do you got a good name? I can't. It sucks. I can't see. I'm like everybody else now. I can't see. I don't know what we drew.
I'll do them in order. What?
Are you gonna read them in the order that he drew them? That's great.
Of course.
Do you think we got a winner? Do you think we have somebody?
I mean, I think there's 2 potentials that are on today. So I'm just saying. Okay, name number 1. Do you have our timer up? Timer is up. All right, and here we go. Molly Schulting. Is that how you say that? Molly.
Oh, Molly's for sure on here.
I know. Molly, are you here? That would be amazing if we got a winner right now. If Molly
for sure.
If Molly is here right now, we can just call it quits because we're gonna all celebrate and joy that Molly was here.
I'm here.
I feel like she's on here sometimes, right? Molly is here sometimes. Molly. This is not the night for you to not be on, Molly. This was the night. This was the night.
Oh man. Well, geez.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I see our great friend Scott Garber. Now, if you're a chiropractor, he runs a phenomenal group. And you should check out his Facebook group.
Yes.
If you're here on Money Mondays because you want to know what's going on, you want to know politically, you want to know financially, like Scott Garber is one of the most educated individuals on the topic. Check, I believe it's called Chiropractic. Scott, just post the name of the group on there, if you will, so that people can find you. So
I miss you, Scott.
Yes, we miss Scott. We haven't seen him in such a long time. Super excited to have him on here with us. All right, we got to make a new rule.
Oh, there's Marley Coleman's on here, and she was like, Molly sounded so close to my name. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, you're right, Marley. I bet you were. It's like that. I won Publishers Clearinghouse. No, I didn't. All right. So should we do another name right now, or?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I think we should do one more. Oh, and Jack, thanks for messaging my mom happy birthday before Shawn too. She loves that. All right. So name number 2. Are you ready with my timer? Is that a yes? All right, Pat.
Go.
Chase Vasquez. Okay. Is he on here? Chase, are you on here? Come on.
I saw him on here.
Come on.
I think he was commenting earlier, I think.
No way. Oh, God. People go, I'm here. Chase, are you here? Are you here? Chase Vasquez. Oh, my gosh. I wonder if he was on and then left.
I swear I thought I saw him post.
You guys, that's 2.
I thought I saw him comment earlier.
Wow. Chase.
that's man.
Yeah. All right.
Chase Vasquez. That's two down. Four names to go for $1,000. Wow.
This is a big pot, y'all. I think, should I do one more name? How much do you got? You got more stuff? Should we do one more name?
I always have more stuff, but yeah, let's do it. Go
I
ahead.
mean, I know you have one more stuff, but we got 6 to draw. Like, I feel like I need to do another one, right?
It's Tuesday night. I'm watching this new show on Netflix. I'm here all by myself. I mean, it's fine. We can. Oh, I thought so. I thought Chase Vasquez was there. Yeah,
I,
go. Let's
uh,
call the name.
I'm watching Dahmer. Is that bad? It's so
Yes.
good. By myself in the dark. No, not really. Are you ready? All right. Doug Grant. Doug Grant. Come on, everybody knows Doug. Yes, listen, seriously.
Rich.
Doug. What? I know. That would be Doug. I don't think actually comes on here, but everybody knows Doug. They met Doug at summer camp, right? Dougie, 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 Doug. Oh, Doug. Doug. He's not on.
Doug. Dang it.
So, you know what? I am Dougie Fresh. I am sad. We can't give away money. Like, I am seriously sad. Those first two, I thought one of them was going to be on for sure. I have seen Chase on here.
We had a run where like people were winning like every 2 or 3 weeks
because there was more people on because people are watching football. I mean, we're not that. We're not as entertaining.
That's when it slowed down.
We're not as entertaining as football, I guess. I mean, that's probably fair. I try.
Hey, tell your friends we're giving away $1,000 here, but you must be present in order to win. Hey,
this is so intense. Yeah, Trisha said this is intense. I feel like it's intense too. So, okay, what you got? Snoop Dougie Doug. What do you got?
I thought we were talking about the job market.
We were talking about the job market. Keep going. What do you guys say about the job market?
Well, people are returning to work. So this is real interesting. For the longest time, that everybody was having a really difficult time finding someone to work. And then, basically 2 things. We had a lot of money and stimulus money, PPP money. We had a lot of money out there in the economy. And because of the pandemic and the restrictions, we had a lot of people working remotely. Well, remote work is really coming to a massive close. I mean, probably I'd say you're going to see about 85% of remote workers being called back into the office. Now, not everybody, because I think a lot of companies have learned that maybe they don't need to have everyone in the office. And there's probably a lot to be said to remote work. But here's the problem. A lot of people thought this was just going to last for a very long time. A lot of people in remote work left where they were. So they moved from places where it was very expensive to live, and they moved into, they had a job in New York City, but now they live in Tennessee because it was cheaper to live there. But now the businesses and the offices and corporations in New York are saying, all right, it's time to come back. And people are like, well, wait a minute, I moved, and we're seeing now this return onto the market. Now, this is being accompanied with, and again, this is one of those things where I say, it's very difficult to pick through statistics because we're not seeing this rise. I'm not saying there's a rise in unemployment, but we are seeing these lateral and sometimes even downward shifts as the job demand is now being met as people switch over. So they are, I guess, temporarily unemployed, but really not really, because they know that they're going to lose their remote job. And so then they end up taking an in-person job in a new place. Now, this is actually partially good news for a lot of you who are looking for work or looking for employees, because there are people coming onto the scene that are looking for work. But here's the thing. We just go about it wrong. You know that for a long time I was teaching poaching. But now it's shifting. You've got to get your job listings present. For the longest time, Indeed was terrible. I got to tell you, my clients now that are using Indeed, it's great again.
It's been great again, yes.
People are wondering, I wonder what's going to happen to me, what's going to happen to my job. And so getting your Indeed game strong is also important. And listen, I want to talk to all of our friends in Florida. You guys know that I just returned last night in Florida. It's been very sombering to me, to tell you the truth. I just really, the reports from neighbors were like, oh, no, it's fine. And it is fine. I mean, structurally, our place is fine. But I mean, even in front of our building, there's a couple trees down. There's 12 buildings on this row of buildings. Every single one of those buildings has some sort of landscaping issues. As you go out into Naples, like, there's trees that are down all over the place. Those trees die very quickly. So there's a lot of brown and dead trees and things just strewn all over the place. It just looks very chaotic and unorganized. I mean, and that's in inland where, the damage isn't high. Then you go down, on the coast, and then, and then it really hits you. It's devastating. All of the things that you see down there. It's just absolutely, looks like a tornado came through, a wrecking ball came through in those areas. But here's what I'm telling you. That means that, for example, where we live here in Naples, that there are a lot of employees of the Ritz-Carlton who are now trying to figure out what they're going to do next. And I would say, for every single one of you watching right now, who of you wouldn't want? Who of you wouldn't want a Ritz-Carlton employee or JW Marriott, or highly trained? There's people that used to work in extremely high-end restaurants that are highly trained, that understand service, understand customer service, understand connection and relationship, understand selling, understand upselling. All of these skill sets are coming onto the market. But frankly, most of us get super complacent because, again, just because you had a great run during the pandemic, you think everything is good. And so we really need to be thinking about our job possibilities. And one of the things I hear you teach all the time, Lacey, is always be hiring. Now, that
Mhm.
sounds super
Mhm.
cliche. What it really means is that you should intentionally run a hiring process, even if you think you have all the right people on the bus. It doesn't hurt you to run a couple Indeed ads, to put people through the process, just to see. One, it might make you feel really good about the people you have, because you'll be like, dang, I really got a great team. Two, it might make you feel kind of bad. You might be like, wow, this is the talent that I could get if I would just be committed to my business. Now, one of two things: either you've got to
Right.
get rid of the old talent and bring on the new talent, or you might need to get committed to developing your current talent because you just got complacent. That's the last thing that I think is super important. Is I think you're seeing a high demand for development. People are interested in taking on jobs where you are going to develop them. Now, I don't mean train them. Of course, they want to be trained, but development means things like, I'm surprised at the number of people that bring their staff to our events, particularly to marketing. But that's development. You're developing them, having them, even though they work maybe the front desk or they work in other functions, they're working back of house. You're training them on marketing because you want to develop their skill set. Well, that's great for you because it allows for redundancy in your business. Because now, if someone was out, other people understand the concepts. It also allows for more buy in. Frankly, I'm also equally amazed at the number of people who don't bring their staff to marketing matters. You are missing the boat on development, bringing people in, taking your teams to places where they can get development, giving them cross training or training on things that they don't necessarily do as their primary function in your office. Helps them to understand we're living in a highly competitive world where everybody's attempting to bolster their skill sets, their CVs, their resumes, and put them in a position where they can ascend. A lot of times people find themselves in jobs where they actually feel like they're being pigeonholed or held down. And that, frankly, is not going to work when we're running at a 3 point something unemployment rate. You're going to really need to invest in your current talent while at the same time constantly recruiting new talent, so that you are never in a situation where you get caught holding with your hand in the cookie jar when somebody unexpectedly leaves and now you're scrambling to replace them. So I think that there's a
So,
lot of promise out there in the job force. I think there's tons of opportunity. I know that it sounds like there's not, but if you truly understand what really is going on, Peloton just had some massive layoffs for some of you. A lot of those people would make for great employees. The thing is they won't be on the market for very long because they're at the same time, there are a lot of job opportunities out there. There's a lot of jobs looking to be filled. And so you have to make sure that you're out there competing, so that when those people see an opportunity, because it's a short window, that they know that your opportunity exists.
well, I want to add a couple of things in there. So we got to backtrack a little bit. I know you can't really see me. So you said number one and number two for going out there, they always be hiring, but you missed number three, which is one of the most important. I think a lot of times, like somebody's asking on here, how do I let people go that have been very loyal,
Oh,
but
great question.
may not be doing like their job, right? The thing about always be hiring, point number three, that's the most important, is that when you are actually taking action on that, your current employees know that they are replaceable. And I know that that feels like a little bit cold. And it's not, I mean, I guess maybe it's meant to be, but it's not. But really, a lot of times, like people that have been with you for a long time and they have a loyalty to you, what happens is they get complacent in the job because they feel like it would be very difficult because they've been with you for so long for you to replace them. When you are actually going out there and putting out ads, once a quarter is what I recommend if you could actually pull that off, at least every 6 months. If you're actually doing that on a regular basis, your employees know that at any time, if they're not performing, that you have somebody lined up that will. Right. And I think that that's really important. I think that's probably the most important thing. That's how you get people to stay more engaged. So I think that that's really, really powerful. People are asking too, where should I be putting my ads? Definitely Indeed is the winner right now. If you're not getting people to hit on your ads, change the job title. One of the things that we learned, Shawn put out an ad, like a month ago? One of the things that we learned is that part of the job title and the description was actually attracting the wrong individuals in. So oftentimes, if you're like, I'm not getting the right kind of people, I'm not getting the right hits, it's just like marketing to your ideal client. Sometimes you just got to tweak the languaging in order for that right person to decide, oh, I want to apply for that job. So make sure that you're going out there, you're putting out ads in Indeed. If you're like real baller status, you would put out multiple ads for the same job with different job titles, with a slightly different description to see who you attract in. I think that would be really interesting.
And for
What do you
everybody
say?
in BDC, look, we share our ads. You know, we don't put we're looking for a new assistant. Must be proficient, and that's not what we do. Again, remember we hire people, not roles, anyways. So we describe them. Also, I found out that it works exceptionally well for me when I would put something like this job would be great if you have previous experience as a concierge or in customer service,
Mm-hmm.
but not. I don't like customer service because it's a little bit vague. Like if you used to be a concierge at a hotel, if you work front desk at a hotel, if you were a server at a steakhouse, like being very clear, this
Right.
job might be great for you. Lastly, too, to the question of how do I let people go, we did a whole program with David Meltzer on this,
I was
on
just going to say
recruiting,
that. Yep.
training, retraining, and here's the most important thing: repurposing. Um, Letting someone go doesn't always mean letting them go, doesn't always mean firing them. Sometimes you repurpose them. Now, first, you may repurpose them within your own organization. Maybe you have them in something that their skill set's not fit to, or maybe even, I think I saw the question where they're not developing how you would like. Well, maybe that means that I could still say, look, Lacey, you're not developing as I like. The role that you're in requires, a growth that you're not experiencing. I could offer you a job here doing, something else that might be, you might see it as kind of a step down, but should hopefully be a lateral move. But the best type of repurposing, here's the best repurposing, is I talk to somebody within my group and I find them another job. So then I
Mm-hmm.
could say, hey, Lacey, listen, it's not working here because I'm looking for someone that's, developing a little more. But here's the great news is that your skill set would be perfect to work with my buddy Christian Gall. He's hiring on insurance agents, and I know that you've been working with me at the front. But listen, let me tell you why you'd be so great. You know a lot of people, you're very personable, and I would be happy to put in a recommendation with Christian to see if he would kind of give you a little bit of a show you some favoritism because I'm recommending you. You're still going to have to earn it, but it's just not going to work here. Now,
Right.
if that person does earn the job, that strengthens my relationship even with Christian. So I can repurpose employees to help other people out. I'm not saying that, I'm not doing that with somebody that's stealing from you. I'm doing that with somebody that's not developing, that's not growing like I want, or maybe somebody who's in a position that I could easily find more highly qualified people to serve in that position. I can still repurpose them either within my organization or outside of my organization. And outside of my organization, I gain massive goodwill coins because every one of my friends is in the exact same situation. They're looking for people. So if I have a great person who just doesn't have the personal development or professional development that I need in my organization and can share that with one of my friends, I get bonus points with them. And so don't
Yeah.
forget about repurposing.
So, and I want to add, one of the things that I always have my clients do, depending on like how long somebody has been with them. Number one, you also have to look at if your employees complacent. If your employees are complacent, you have to ask yourself, am I complacent too? Because a lot of times what happens is people that have been with you a long time, you have no longer refreshed and retrained them, right? And so,
Right.
of course, they're going to slide down this slippery slope. So I love the concept of the performance improvement plan. Dave Meltzer taught on that, and I think that that's really powerful. If you feel like potentially part of the problem is you and you need to give somebody else another shot, you need to go to them when you have a review or something where you can have a structured discussion and tell them, here's some areas where I feel like you're not performing to the highest level. Let me give you a performance improvement plan. And if you can get to that point in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, whatever's appropriate, then you get to, either keep your job, right? Essentially, that's what it is. So instead of just putting somebody on probation, we're giving them a plan to get better. Here's the areas that I would love to see you improve on, and here's what you can do that would show improvement. And I always thought that was really powerful because it's such a positive spin, and it allows somebody to step into the role to say, I want to get better. I want to stay. I want to improve. And if they show improvement, then they're worth keeping, right? And so I think that that's so much better than putting people on, again, probationary period. That's such a negative thing. And when you say probationary period, I think automatically that's when people start looking for another job. Performance improvement plan, they're in trouble. So performance improvement plan is like, wow, I have the opportunity to get better and fall in love with my job again. So I just want to throw that out there because I think that's really powerful. Erica Boston's on here talking about, yes, there are clients. They have a performance improvement plan template that they utilize, and it's amazing. So if some of you are looking for that, I'm sure Erica would be. She is. Look at her. She's willing to share. It's a really powerful tool to use. But listen, you can't use it if you're not going to hold them accountable to actually doing it and not check back in. Make sure, again, that you're doing it at a time where you're having a structured discussion around their performance, and then you set a date and a time to revisit that. Because I've seen a lot of people put that plan into place and then let them get away with not doing it and then not letting them go at the end. So the improvement plan requires some accountability and responsibility on your end as well in order for that to actually happen and take place. So make sure that you guys are doing that.
Hey, I see that Erica is going to post her improvement plan in Black Diamond Club. Trey asked about our ad for Luke. That's also available in Black Diamond Club. Now, this is a public broadcast, so some of you might not be in Black Diamond Club. Listen, it's $99 a month. That's it. And then by paying that, you get your name in the canasta, and you have a chance to win $1,000. Every single name of every single member, including Scott Garber, is in that canasta. Now, how crazy would it be?
We have 3 names left to call.
How crazy would it be if you called Scott Garber's name? That would be some Sean Stradamus mega stuff right there if I hit that one.
All right. I think it's time. I think it's time to call the last 3 names. I think we did really good on this job market thing.
There's 144 people on. There's 670 some odd people in Black Diamond Club. Odds are good. Only 3 names left for $1,000. 3 names left. Hey, everybody, get your Shawn Dill meme on your. What is that? It's not a meme. That's a GIF. Let's go.
I don't know what it is. Let's go. That's the summer camp. That's you in the background. That's like you behind stage. Dang. Look at them moves. I love it. I love it. All right. All right, everybody, let's go. We got name number 4 about ready to be called. Oh, Sarah Edwards. I saw that we started just a second or too early. Sarah Edwards. Sarah could be on. Oh my God. Sarah.
A little extra time. Pat's like quick on the jump over there.
Sarah, are you here, Sarah? Sarah! Oh my God, Sarah's here. She is. Sarah, you won $1,000. Can we get that little meme back up? Can we get that little GIF back up? Sarah, let's go.
Sarah Edwards wins $1,000.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. I'm so glad we got to give away money tonight. $1,000 is a milestone. $1,000 is a milestone for Money Mondays. Sarah, I hope that you do something amazing with your money. I hope that you reward yourself for your commitment to being on Money Mondays with the partial or the whole thing, $1,000 that you get that Luke will be sending over, to you tomorrow. So be ready for it. All right. Wow, that was good. I'm so excited. Shawn, do your dance. Can you do it?
Yeah, just put it up there.
Oh,
There.
no, I wanted you to do it. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being on. Join us again next week where we're going to start the canasta and the money right back over at, what do we start at?
$300.
$300.
Just
We
because
love
you
you
didn't,
all.
just because you didn't win 1,000, don't miss your chance to win three, because then we call your name $300 in three names, and then you miss out on the 300, and then you'll feel really bad because you were just like the church goer that only goes to church on Easter and Christmas. You're like you only watch Money Mondays when it gets to $1,000. Don't be
Yeah.
that guy or gal. We're giving away $300 next week and drawing three names.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.